Asteroid treasure. Millions of miles beyond the planet Mars is the asteroid belt. A weird and dangerous area of hurtling rocks, some small as pebbles, others huge as continents. When Captain Bright rockets into this perilous region, even treachery and death cannot halt his search for the asteroid treasure.
The old spaceship will be refueled soon, Captain. When do we blast off?
As soon as we find the cargo, Gaffy.
Hope that shipping agent has something lined up for us. I'm never happy with my feet on the ground.
Hold it, Gaffy. I smell trouble ahead. Come on, you old space hound. There's a good fight right under your nose.
Belay there, you scoundrels. Old Gaffy knows how to handle the likes of you. Look at them run. Now those space rats'll crawl back in their holes.
It's disgraceful. Where's the Solar Guard? Why can't they protect honest citizens?
This is Mars port, mister. All the criminals of space gather here. What were you two doing so far from the city?
We were trying to hire a spaceship to take us to the asteroid belt.
Hear that, Gaffy? They want to go to the asteroid belt. They're looking for trouble.
But we've got a reason. Father left us a map showing there's an asteroid treasure.
I have seen hundreds of maps like this. None of them are worth a Mars penny. Go home, miss, you'll just waste time and money.
We've risked everything we own on this. Maybe these space rats were trying to steal the map. They might have overheard Stan and me talking.
Look here, Captain. You've got a spaceship. And you're an astrogator. You help us find that asteroid treasure, and 1/3 of it is yours.
Please, Captain. Say yes.
Well. I have done many a foolish thing in my time. Okay. It's a deal. We'll blast off for those asteroids in 1 hour sharp.
1 hour later as Captain Bright's spaceship prepares to blast off.
So they talked Captain Bright into taking them to the asteroids. What do we do now, Chief? There they go.
We'll take off after them. They can't get away with that. Set our course to follow them on the radar scope. We'll lay low until they find the treasure for us, then we'll jump them.
Days later.
Asteroid belt ahead, June. Now, according to my calculations, your father's treasure asteroid should be one of those right before us.
But there are so many, Bob. How can we find the one we're looking for?
We'll camp here and explore the rest of the asteroids in our space lifeboat.
The air inside our glassite tents is exactly the pressure it is on Earth. We won't need our spacesuits inside.
I'll be glad to get out of these clumsy clothes.
There's always a reason why a pretty gal doesn't like to wear a spacesuit, Skipper. She's got her eye on you. Now don't you go falling in love with her.
You old space dog, this is strictly a treasure hunt. And June Rogers isn't the treasure that I'm looking for.
By the way, don't think you can steal the treasure asteroid from us. Father established legal ownership.
Stan, how can you accuse Bob and Gaffy of such a thought?
There's millions of dollars worth of uranium on that asteroid. That's enough to tempt any space tramp.
Hey, you've got a case of nerves, Stan. Calm down. Gaffy and I are going out to explore. We'll be back soon, our lifeboat isn't good for more than a few hours in space. Rustle up some chow by the time we get back.
Aye, Captain. And good luck.
Nerve-wracking days pass and the search for the uranium asteroid continues.
You're stalling. By this time you should have. You must have found the treasure. The map is clear enough.
There are thousands of rocks out there in space. Every size and shape. And we've got to check each one with a Geiger counter.
Don't pay any attention to him, Bob. I believe in you. I'm sure you will find it soon.
If that young squirt thinks this is an easy job, he ought to come out here with us just once.
Hold it, Gaffy. The Geiger's beginning to act up. Land on that asteroid.
This is it. By the rings of Saturn. This whole asteroid seems to be made of uranium. It must be worth millions of stellar dollars.
Hooray, let's blast for camp then. I've set up the astrogator. The beam will guide us here when we're ready to come back.
They found it. Now we can go to work on them, Chief. The Geiger's gone crazy from the radiation. There must be a real treasure there.
Asteroid treasure is right. There's a fortune out there. Our share's enough to make us millionaires.
Sure, and when you're throwing the money away like an old fool in the nightclubs of Mars, remember that I handed the fortune to you on a platter.
We worked hard for our share. And risked our spaceship besides. If you want to back out of the deal, go right ahead. Just pay us for the use of the ship and our time. I wouldn't want to be your partner in anything.
You're my partner, too, Bob. Please stay with us. The strain of all this has been too much for Stan.
The strain? Sounds like plain old greed to me.
Why should they get a full third share? I'll wreck the steering gear and next time they leave they can shoot off into space. That'll be the end of them.
Hold it. That young space fool is wrecking the steering machinery. Captain Bright and old Gaffy will take off and never return. We'll wait till they're gone.
He's doing our dirty work for us, Chief. With those two gone, it'll be a cinch to handle the kid and the girl.
We'll be back soon. We're going to take some samples of the uranium.
Be careful, Bob. Please.
Bob. Somebody's wrecked the steering gear. We're shooting straight out into space.
Leaping gremlins. We've only got enough air in our tanks to last 4 hours. We're done for, Gaffy.
Into the glassite tents with you. We're taking over.
Just wait till Captain Bright hears about this.
He won't hear about it, miss. He ain't coming back. Your brother fixed Captain Bright. He saved us from doing the job.
I broke the steering gear on the lifeboat. Bob and Gaffy will keep going on straight into space.
You treacherous fool. I love Bob.
You can feel sorry for yourself later, lady. Right now, I want you to sign over the treasure asteroid to me. If you don't sign, I'll give you a taste of what Captain Bright got. It's not a nice way to die off in space, without any air to breathe.
It doesn't matter anymore. Without Bob, I don't care for anything. I don't want this accursed treasure.
The treasure is ours, men. Now blast Captain Bright's rocket ship off into space. We're leaving these two dupes stranded on this asteroid without air supplies.
Good idea, Chief. Dead witnesses can't tell tales in the planetary courts.
Meanwhile, Captain Bright is hanging by his magnetic shoes from underside of his crippled lifeboat.
I've got the port rockets sealed, Gaffy. How's she turning?
Fine, Skipper. We'll make a 160-degree turn right back to camp. Looks like we got company, Bob.
I smell space rats, Gaffy. And trouble. Get your blaster ready. Drop your blasters, you claim jumpers.
Bob! Look out!
The fool. That claim jumper blasted a hole in the tent and let all the air out. Hurry, Gaffy. Get the space helmet on the kid.
He don't deserve it, Skipper. But we can't let him die.
Bob, what happened to those terrible men?
They're done for June. We couldn't get space helmets on them in time. We just made it with you and Stan.
I am sorry for what I did, Bob. I don't know how to make up for it. You can have my share of the treasure, too, I'll confess to the Solar Guards.
Forget it, Stan. You made up for it by saving my life.
Come on, Stan. We got work to do. The skipper ain't gonna be much use on this trip.